Hey guys, it's Kelsey and I'm back with another scrapbooking process video. So this is the last page in Bennett's first baby album. I told you guys I needed to get this done because his birthday just happened last weekend. I don't know when this is going up. His birthday was on the 14th, so I needed to get the first album done, and so this is the last one I think that's in that one, at least the last one I had to scrap. So this one turns out pretty simple again, but I think it turns out really sweet. I'm using One Canoe 2 Saturday Afternoon, and I decided to go for the scenic background, which usually are kind of difficult for me to use, but I figured since I only had one 4x4 paper, and if I could just layer up a little bit around the photo, I can kind of just let the rest of the page breathe. Since it is one of those kind of scenic pages, that would be really sweet and simple. So that's kind of what I'm going with. I kind of just pulled out whatever scraps I already had that were in the color scheme of this background. So I have this grassy green one, I have this like painty little pink polka dot, and I think there's like a yellow geometric somewhere in there, and I just plonked them on the page, and I cut this one into a banner, matted it in the pink, and then I did use the yellow scrap to matte the photo, and then just add another little layery detail around the back part of those layers. So you can see me kind of doing that now. I just wanted it to be really sweet and simple, kind of like the last couple I've done for Bennett's album. I just needed to get them done for him and documented, and I think this is a really kind of fresh page, especially with the scenic hills in the background. It's kind of just easy to let it breathe. So I'm going to get this glued down. I don't think I got anything on this page. I have the whole 12x12 of Saturday Afternoon, so I wasn't too worried. All of these pieces were already saved from previous pages, so I didn't feel too bad about that. I love this pink one, however. I think that's the only one that came in the 12x12 too, so that was definitely the first page to go. I love the painty texture that One Canoe 2 does. So gonna get this glued down. I thought the banner just added a little bit of interest and kind of was a reason for that scrap to be a little longer, having a banner coming off the side. I know I want to do a little bit of journaling on this page. I have saved to the side of my table what my sister wrote. So this is his 2-month-old photo. My sister's been really good about taking photos every month and kind of documenting what's changed, what's his favorite thing, the new things he's doing, where he's is like developmental wise. So I just want to make sure I have a place to journal on this page where I can write exactly what my sister said with this photo when she posted it. I do have the ephemera for this paper pad as well, so I'm just going through and trying to pull out a few things. I decided to go for some of the red embellishments. So there's this little ticket label thing that's going to go at the top, and then I have this Good Vibes Only banner. I thought that was really sweet. So I don't think I pull in any other ephemera, I don't believe, at least from the die cuts that come with the collection, but I thought that red was a really sweet pop and kind of added some interest. I thought the Good Vibes Only was really cute, and Bennet just looks adorable in that photo. So I'm just going through. I really wanted to do more layering and more with the embellishment, but I decided at the end it really didn't need it. I did tuck in that little yellow leaf. I think that looks really cute. I really like how that looks in that top left corner. There's this camera that's yellow and green, and I thought it coordinated really well, so I really tried to make that work. But in the end, I go back to just using the leaf. I really like the way the leaf looked up there, and so I thought about maybe putting the camera down in a lower cluster, but it's kind of the same size as that Good Vibes Only banner, and I didn't really want to make any other secondary clusters around the page, so I thought about putting it down in the bottom right hand corner, starting a cluster there with the camera. But in the end, I decided not to. I really wanted this one to be just the photo and some layers and everything kind of around that one area, and then nothing else around the rest of the page. So you can see I'm trying to fight with where to put it, but proportionally it kind of looks wrong next to that banner. If it was a little smaller, maybe I could have made it work, tuck in there, but I'll save it for another page. I have a whole paper pad, and this is the only pack of ephemera, so I know that I'll have enough to stretch if I kind of leave it. I do decide to tuck in a glassine bag. I just wanted a little something extra layery, and I just love using glassine bags and doilies and tags like that, just tucking them up on the back layer just to add a little something. especially glassine bags because they're kind of translucent like vellum, so they're not distracting, but they still add a fun texture and an extra layer. And then I went back to Ronnie's little die cut pack here. I was trying to find a little bit more layery bits, and I love these doodly circles, so I just decided to tuck one in each cluster. Just adds a little bit of interest. There's not really much white on the page, so I think having that little bit of white kind of helps freshen it up too and kind of keep it clean. So I think that's pretty much how the layers are going to go. I do go through my hashtag sticker book in a minute because I wanted to find another leaf. I just wanted something yellow in that bottom right cluster as well to kind of make sure the leaf was... It looks weird just having the leaf up there and then like no other yellow thing on the page really. So you'll see that in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and get this glued down. The title is just going to be 2-month. I'm just using the Root Beer Float white thickers. Again, the white just freshens up the page and makes it look extra clean. So I'm going to get this glued down so I can stick that down. I definitely wanted to make sure I used numbers because you guys know I do not like using numbers. They're always left over on the thicker sheets. So whenever I have something like this that's like a year or a month update, I want to get the number on the page. So I thought that was perfect. And I really thought about doing a pink marker and kind of maybe doing my journaling along the side in the pink sky. But I couldn't find a pink I felt really matched really well. There was one that I thought matched okay, but it was kind of dying and I didn't think it would look nice. I didn't feel like having to go over the writing, 1,000 times to make the color really show up. So I ended up going with a green marker. I was really determined to do this pink, so you see me testing them all out there, but I ended up going with a green, and then I decided just to journal on that little grassy banner. I didn't want it to be distracting. I wanted the information to be on the page if you wanted to read about it, but I didn't want it to take away from the design. So it looks, you can read it really easily in person, but it's kind of green on green, tone on tone, so it doesn't distract and you don't notice the journaling right away, at least to me. So I really like that. I just wrote verbatim what my sister said about Bennet for his 2-month update. That way you have the information, it's recorded and it's on the page, but it's not going to detract from the eye, because sometimes I have issues with journaling and I really want to journal on every page. I think that's important, but sometimes I like my design and I feel like journaling will kind of distract or pull away from what I've kind of created. So doing this tone on tone kind of helps. I don't have to add any other elements. It's just kind of there hidden. So I really like that. Like I said, from this upper view you probably won't be able to see it very well. Hopefully in the close-ups you can see easier, but in person you can read it really well. But like I said, it's just not distracting because of the tone on tone. So I like that. And I don't think I do too much more. I still have to go through that hashtag sticker book. I just knew this one was just gonna be just another easy one where you're getting scraps and a photo and getting things documented and done. So hopefully now this is the last one. So after this, hopefully my pages will get a little bit more detailed and nitty gritty. But I was up until I think almost 1 a.m. the night before his birthday trying to make sure that this book everything was in order, everything was right, all the pages were in, just how they should be, because I wanted to make sure this is like a year's worth of work that needed to get done. So there's that hashtag sticker book. I found another one of those leaves. It was on clear sticker stock, so I did decide to stick it on some scrap white paper and then just fussy cut it. That way I could use it as a die cut. I know it was going to go over some darker colored paper. I think it gets tucked in on that green banner, and I didn't know how well the clear sticker stock would look, so I just decided to back it on some white. That way I didn't have to worry about it. And now there's a leaf in both clusters. There's a doodly white die cut in both clusters. There's something red in both clusters, so I feel like now that looks balanced. So that's just going to get tucked in there. I really wanted to tuck it behind the banner but over the white doodly thing, but I'd already glued the white doodly thing to the banner, so I didn't want to risk tearing it, so I just tucked the leaf behind both of those. You can still see what it is. And then I do go back and just pop some hearts in a few areas. I love putting hearts down, basically using them like enamel dots and just accenting my little clusters, so I think those look super cute. I love how many hearts you get in the One Canoe 2 hashtag sticker book. They're always the first to go. They're the first thing that went in my last One Canoe 2 hashtag sticker book too, but they're just a perfect little finishing detail. So I think that's done. And now I decided that it was almost done. It just needed a little something extra. So I did decide to do some hand stitching. I am cross stitching again, but I decided to do some stretched out X's. So instead of them being square X's that are 1/4 of an inch big, I decided to do, I think, 1/2 inch holes. And then they're still the same depth. So you'll see what I mean in a minute when I actually get to stitching it. But they're kind of just little stretched out fat X's, and I think they look really cute. For some reason, especially with this background, it reminds me of like a fence, and I don't know, I just think that's really adorable. So I just thought I would try something new. Haven't tried that before, and I figured I'd just give it a go. That way, if you like it, you can try it. If not, you can stick to normal stitching. But I think it kind of was a cool touch. I just wanted another white thing on there. I had that title on the top. I just wanted a little white fresh thing on the bottom, and that adds some more texture, so that was great. And then again, I just decided that I was going to try this as well. I haven't used my Heidi Swap texture paste in a while, so I decided I was just going to go around the entire edge with this white, and it adds a really nice touch. It dries down and it's just shimmery, and it just adds this nice glimmer around the outside of the page. Like, it's not distracting, but it's just, I think it's such a sweet touch. So I did that as well. And here are the close-ups. So again, super easy. I did some stitching, did a little bit of mixed media. I don't know if you want to call that mixed media, but it's another Bennet page done. So thanks guys for watching. Bye.